Epic War 2 is a game known for its tricky gameplay and infamously terrible pacing, making the speedrun both impressive and required knowledge to get the most out of this game. First and foremost, speedrunners play the game on the speedrunning mod provided by Lastmelon, which allows all 3 races to be unlocked from the get-go, rather than from beating level 8 and 12 to unlock the elves and the orcs respectively. This is because the player uses the elven race to beat the game, as not only are they faster than the orcs and mankind, but they are also the best at beating level 18 by a long shot. Also, there are 2 achievements that can be unlocked by reading the credits to unlock the hobbits, and by loading the game 3 times to unlock the dwarves. The first 5 levels is about using a combination of the 2 to win quickly. To avoid repeating myself, the general strategy is to save up your mana to a high amount by simply waiting and killing enemies marching towards you with your arrow tower. The tower can shoot arrows by holding A or by pressing 0 to shoot continuously. Then, use the mana earned to spawn dwarves to act as a hard-hitting tank for your army. Then spam hobbits for the rest of the level, which adds a swarm of fast-moving troops to improve your damage output. A few things can kill you in early game, such as the enemy knight, mankind's medium tier melee troop, and a surplus of squires due to their fast attacks, so a player may need to get a little lucky to pass through the gauntlet of the first 5 levels. Level 6 is perhaps the easiest level in the entire series, as all you need to do is save 150 mana, and then just spam hobbits. Now that we've accumulated a surplus of experience points, we can upgrade our barracks to level 3 so that we can use the powerful protectors, a tanky, late-stage melee unit who can potentially freeze opponent troops. We can use them on levels 7, 8 and 9 by upgrading our total mana pool twice, and then upgrading our barracks to level 2 for 100 mana, and level 3 for 500 mana. Then the player can summon 3 protectors, 2 for level 7, and then spam lower level melee troops, who by the way are upgraded from our earlier investments to the barrack. As your army approaches to the castle, spam hobbits for some extra damage to the castle. Now, for these 3 stages you are on a bit of a timer, as every level from here on out will have a revenge wave. This is where the enemy charges with a huge amount of troops, and often leads with bombers to disrupt your army's rhythm. In the case of Epic War 2, if the revenge wave sweeps your army, you can't finish the level. They have an army of late stage melee troops with plenty of range to back them up. Your level 1 arrow tower doesn't stand a chance. But thankfully this strategy is likely to destroy the castle in time if executed well, so we can move on to level 10. Let us first upgrade our academy to level 5 so we can now summon the Dryad, the elven magic unit with insane range and damage. Now the orc levels from this point on are incredibly difficult, as the revenge waves summon totems. These magic units not only hit hard, but launches people in the air. Therefore, we want to use dryads to assist our protectors. Since this is an expensive process, we need to upgrade our mana until it reaches over 8,000. You may need to upgrade your arrow tower to fend off the wretched hordes. Then, max out your academy to summon the strongest dryads money can buy, and then upgrade your barracks to level 3 so you can summon protectors. If the enemies are overwhelming you, summon dryads as a form of extra backline. At 5,000 mana, spam protectors and dryads by pressing the Y and U keys, and do this until you run out of mana. This is your cue to start spamming weaker melee troops in high numbers. Although if you see you have 420 mana, spawn a dryad. Once again, when we are close to the base, spam hobbits for some cheap extra damage. This strategy combines the best of both worlds, the risky melee spam and the very slow but safe dryad spam. Level 11 strategy is exactly the same to level 7, 8 and 9, where we upgrade our mana twice, upgrade our barracks twice, summon 4 protectors this time, and then spam melee. I have never lost a run to this level, which is good because the next 3 are perhaps the most insane jump in difficulty in any speedrun in this series. Before level 13, max out every upgrade that isn't your castle. Now to start, we want to upgrade our mana pool so that it's 5,712, and then upgrade the tower once for 300 mana. Now here we're faced with a bit of variance, seeing as the enemy can either spawn a paladin, the late stage melee troop for mankind, or the crossbowman, which is a bulky ranged archer unit. We want them to summon crossbowmen as it saves over 1,000 mana and is generally a lot safer because we can continue to kill with the arrow tower. But if they summon a paladin, then we need to upgrade our barracks twice so that we can call on an elf protector. And the elf protector should kill the paladin. Or at least it will try, it can lose a 1v1. Either way, from here, we need to upgrade the mana pool one more time before launching an attack. The Archer Academy needs to be upgraded to level 4, which max upgrades our small archer unit. It also unlocks the Phantom Archers in the meantime, who are the elf equivalent of the crossbowmen. The barracks should be maxed out for obvious reasons. From here, save up to over 5,000 mana. And again, if you're struggling to hold off the enemies, use the Phantom Archers as extra backline. Then, spam Elf Protectors and ranged units like Archers and Phantoms. We want a lot of Elf Protectors to buy as much time as possible, so prioritize them. If you run out of mana, honestly destroy your keyboard spamming cheap units. The Revenge Wave has an Angel Knight who deals high damage and shoots a laser beam which deals damage to every enemy on the field. We cannot, in bold and underlined, let her shoot this beam. So make sure your DPS is very high. All in all, you lose this level a lot, but when you win, it's very satisfying. So satisfying that you have to do the exact same thing for level 14. No, I'm being serious. Level 14 has the exact same setup. Upgrade to 5,712, win the Elf Protector 1v1, upgrade your mana one more time, max out the barracks, max out the Archer Academy, spam and pray. This time, the Black Dragon is a part of the Revenge Wave, and there are 3 things he can do. Not attack, absolutely perfect. Normal attack, it's still bad, but it's recoverable. Or he can do his special attack, where he pretty much nukes the vicinity with high damage and launch as your troops. This attack kills your run instantly, so hope that you're quick enough to kill the castle before he attacks, or hope you're lucky enough that he doesn't nuke you. Level 15 is also very difficult, but there's still hope if one fails to blitz the castle. The strategy is very similar to last time, where we upgrade our mana pool to 5,732. Now at this point they'll summon Orc Rider, which is a fast unit, as well as having the benefits of a late stage melee unit. So you may need to stall them out with your hobbits before summoning protectors. As this is an Orc level, we want to max out our mana so that we can prepare a push with both the Protectors and the Dryads. The Revenge Wave this time has a Flame Devil, which attacks all units from halfway across the map, but it doesn't do too much damage to our Dryads. Therefore, we can use our magic units to kill the Devil and finish off the enemy castle if you manage to give him space. Right, I skipped through level 12, and the reason for that is very simple. This stage is nowhere near as difficult as 13, 14 and 15. And after level 11, you have the option to do 13 first, which then unlocks the other 2. I'd rather do the hard levels first to get it over and done with, and if I lose, I have more time to do another run. I'm not going to bore you with this level as the strat is super similar to level 10, except you upgrade your mana to over 9,000. The last 3 levels are perhaps the most fun levels in the entire run, both for the viewers and for the runner playing the game. Starting with level 16, Guarage. Firstly, upgrade your mana so that it's 6,591, using dwarfs if you need to fend off against the enemy push, which is perhaps more aggressive than it's ever been. At this point, you may upgrade the arrow tower once to aid in the kindling of troops, and then max out your mana to 9999. Max out the academy, and then spam Dryads the entire mission. There are 3 Revenge Waves in this level, the first being a ton of troops with 5 red dragons. You can kill this one with your Dryads, You don't need anything else. The next has devils in there, who as we know can hit our dryads from a mile away. Although our dryads deal insane damage, we can improve our output by using super arrows. Now that the arrow tower is level 5, we unlock a skill which shoots a laser beam of arrows for 8 seconds, as well as shooting 8 magic arrows every second. It is worth noting that you can shoot magic arrows now because your tower is above level 4 by pressing S on your keyboard, although if you're pressing 0, it would have done it automatically. During this second revenge wave, now is a good time to use the excess mana gained to upgrade your Archer Academy and start spamming archers as well as dryads. The third revenge wave has a black dragon, which you should be able to deal with if you have a shit ton of dryads. What may happen is that the second and third wave may go out together, which is what we don't want as it results in more of your dryads dying, which makes the boss harder to kill. And you don't want to summon archers in this wave because in combination they die a lot easier. Once you've beaten the revenge waves, Guahaj will spawn. This frog has 350,000 attack and is a tank of a unit with a melee attack of 350. All you need to do though is spam hobbits and ranged, like dryads, archers and phantoms, and you will kill him pretty quickly. Level 17 is perhaps the most stressful level in the game, as you can very easily lose the run this late into the run. To prepare for this one, we upgrade the castle to level 5 so that we can summon the Elven Titan, Forest Guardian, a unit who honestly needs no further introduction. The setup is exactly the same, where we upgrade to 6591, then upgrade the tower, once again using dwarfs when we need to defend. This time we'll upgrade mana again, and then the tower again. So now we have slightly better firepower. Now max out mana and immediately start maxing out the academy. We need to start our dryad push as soon as possible. Now here you want to multitask because we want to take into account the push to the enemy base using our dryads, but also slowly but surely upgrading our tower and a castle to level 5. There are 2 revenge waves in total in this level. The first is a very small one, which you can take out with ease with your magic units, no problem. The second one holds every big unit in the game, being the Red Dragon, Black Dragon, Devil, and Angel. The only troop that stands a chance against that massive horde is the Forest Guardian. Very important to note is that the Forest Guardian has a charge of 2 minutes, so keep note as to when you summon her. We want our Titan to kill the castle so that the end boss gets summoned straight away, and we can get stuck in with trying to beat him. The rule of thumb is the more fucked you look in this fight, the faster this level is going to be. Which, by the way, makes it so that before, you shouldn't have really conceded a lot of damage to your castle, because that could be the difference between winning the level and losing. But if you get damaged, it's not the end of the world. This fight is kind of hard to teach, but here's some concepts that can help you understand it. We want to use hobbits to stall him out, but try your absolute hardest to make sure that they're nowhere near the Forest Guardian. Because if the hobbits get flung and the Forest Guardian gets damaged, then the Forest Guardian will take full damage from the end. What I mean by this is the Forest Guardian has a 30% resistance to magic attack, which is what the end shoots. This resistance gets negated if the end attacks hobbits alongside our Forest Guardians, and this will be the case until that Forest Guardian dies. The mana bar takes between 80 to 100 seconds to fill to the top, so you can use that to find the balance between spamming dryads and saving for the next Forest Guardian when 2 minutes have passed since the last one came. Alongside the boss, a few big troops will come at you as you progress with the level, such as the Devil, another Devil, the Angel, a Black Dragon, and another Angel. So use that unit spawn pattern to help you make decisions in this stage. When the end starts to attack your castle or you hear the music change, stop summoning Forest Guardians, or at least summon the next one if you're close, and then just spam Dryads. If all goes to plan, you should beat level 17 in around 20 minutes. And finally, level 18. If level 17 was stressful, then level 18 can be unbelievably frustrating. We set up the exact same way we did for 17. The only difference is we don't want to summon too many dryads, as the magic attack will heal the Lord of Hell boss rather than damaging him. But that's okay because we unlocked the Red Dragon as a reward for slaying the End, which is what we can use in the absence of excess dryads. What we want to do is damage the enemy castle so it triggers both revenge waves, which should kill our entire army. Now during this time you should get a lot of mana, use it to max out your barracks. Then, no matter how wrong it looks to you, do not spend any of your mana. I know, it requires a lot of willpower, but trust me, we don't want our Titan units now. Instead, let the enemy come all the way to the castle so that the magic units are in range to be killed by your arrow tower. Now summon a Forest Guardian and use Super Arrow to obliterate the enemy backline. The Forest Guardian should deal with the Horde of Titans, and with the EXP earned, summon a Red Dragon. Now, on the way to the castle, there should be some smaller units that stall the push of your big dogs. That is why we upgraded barracks before, so that we can use the protectors to finish them off. Keep summoning Red Dragons and Forest Guardians when they're available. Once we get to the castle, the Lord of Hell will spawn after it's destroyed, and immediately slam down for 500 damage. The reason he slams down is because units are too close to him, so make sure you never summon any melee troops other than the Titan and the Dragon, so that he won't attack. Additionally, the player may bring forth a swarm of healers for 85 mana a pop, which redirects a totem's attack from the Titan units. Hey, if you're not going to use it for any gimmicky purposes, what else are you going to spend your mana on, eh? The Lord of Hell fight is a waiting game, summoning dragons and guardians sort of like a 2-to-1 ratio. And then just wait until they beat the boss. After you win, congratulations! You have now done a speedrun of Epic War 2, and can now use the Flame Devil in-game, which you can use to beat the other two races with. But that is another video for another day. Thanks for watching.